file on in. It is mock draft time. You know what time it is. It's mock draft time. You guys have been asking me all week, when are we mock drafting? When are we mock drafting? Smitty, can we do some 2022 fantasy football mock drafts? Well, that time is here. And we're going to do a lot of them in the evenings, during the week, during the weekend. You name it. We're going to drop them all the time like we do here on the Fantasy Football Show. If you're new, hit subscribe. If you like the mock draft, hit subscribe. You won't want to miss it. Man, lot to talk about while we mock draft for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and we'll get you guys filed in. So go ahead and jump in here. Let me see if I can get this pulled up here. Boom, boom. I got to crop that. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, buddies. Okay, we're ready. We're ready. Link is going to be dropping in just a few seconds here. We'll let people file in. I've copied the link. I will drop it in probably, I would say, 20 to 35 seconds. So just file in, get ready. How's everybody doing tonight? Appreciate all the people first in the building, the notification gang. We've got Tom first in the building. What's up, Tom? Vincent, Master Yoda. Where have you been, Yoda? We haven't seen you in a while, bro. We haven't seen you in a minute. Big Dog, Dan. Hey, Navage, thank you for putting that. Can you, for the next, 20 times we talk, until I tell you, do what you did, put in parentheses, Savage, because I keep forgetting, bro. I was about to say, God, how did he tell me to pronounce it? Navage, bro. What's up, 49er? What's up, Roger? What's going on, Metal Show? Okay, it's time. It is time to mock draft. Let me just click on a few things. Let me do some housekeeping real quick. Sleepers, breakouts, all shows, Dynasty 2022 live show. I'm just selecting some categories. Mocks, we're good to go. Okay, here comes the link in approximately 10 seconds. If you want to join this mock draft, you have to make sure you have a real good trigger finger, because these go quick. You guys fill these puppies up so fast. Link is dropping in 5, 4. If I can pull up the stream here. Let me mute this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to pin it. Go. Grab a spot. These spots will go quick. Boom. Watch them fill up. iSong's in. Webb is in. Kyle is in. Triple J. Moves is in. Spy is in. What's up? What's up, Spy? Appreciate you being in here. Boy, Jose. Ryan. Okay, we're full. Draft begins now. Draft begins now. Boom. Spy, you're up. You're up, pal. Jonathan Taylor 1.1. Not a big surprise. The question is who goes. Okay, Najee Harris. Now what do I do? Mock drafts. Mock draft. Sorry. I said to do some housekeeping there. Okay. I'm on the clock. Do I go Eckler? Do I go Eckler? I'm staying a little bit away from Henry at this spot. It's just too... Don't worry, we'll do another one, Dan. Or do I go with Jamar Chase? Do I put my money where my mouth is here? I love him at 3, 4, 5, 6. I try and get him as late as possible. But let's see if we can build a team that we love using Jamar. Or at least let's even try with Jefferson. Let's try with Jefferson. I don't care. I'm not scared to go wide receiver. I'm not scared to go wide receiver like Jefferson or Chase or Kupp over any running back but Taylor and Harris. It's Taylor and Harris for me, and I'm not scared at all about going wide receiver as the third pick. I really don't care. I don't care what people say. I know it's not popular. I know people push back on it. I realize how people value running backs, and people are old school. People are so stubborn with this thinking that you cannot build off of wide receivers. I don't care. I don't care if this is redraft. I will take Jefferson. I will take Chase. I will take Kupp at 3 or 4. I have no problem with it. I don't give a crap what people say about it. It doesn't. Do you? People need to do what works for them. If you can't build good teams drafting wide receiver early, then I don't recommend it. But don't listen to anybody that tries to throw you off your wide receiver game or your wide receiver running back game. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I would show you the best available, but it's not even a good list, so it's just it's a waste of the screen, bro. Because then I got to scroll all the way down and try and find people, and it's just a mess. I better start queuing some peeps up too, just to make sure I've got everybody loaded. Because you gotta sift through a really out of date rankings. It seems like it's moving a little bit. Some of the players that were really far down are moving up. We're definitely helping this ADP get crafted. That's for sure. Okay, that's wide receiver. Let me queue up some RBs. Okay, let's see here. I'll queue these guys up. A lot of player movement talk right now. Who's going where? A lot of coaching moves happening right now. What do you guys think of Nagy in Detroit? That's crazy, right? Cook fell far at 10, but Cook, I'm gonna have a video on why Cook is a big avoid for me in 2022. I'm really staying clear of Cook. You guys are gonna be uncomfortable. Where's my marker? You guys are gonna be uncomfortable with my Cook prediction. I think those of you that love Cook are gonna be pretty upset by my Cook prediction. All right, so let's review this mock draft. Taylor, Harris, Jefferson, Chase, Eckler, Kupp, Kamara, McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill. This is redraft. Tyreek Hill, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Derrick Henry, Devontae Adams, Saquon Barkley, and now Kyle is up with a second draft selection at the 2.3. Who is he going to pair with Dalvin Cook? Or not, Nagy didn't go to Detroit. There's talk about him going to Detroit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say he went to Detroit. There was talk about him tied to Detroit. I didn't mean to say going to Detroit. What do you guys think of that? How would that be a disaster if Nagy was in Detroit? That would be a mess. That'd be a mess. He didn't go to Detroit. I'm sorry if I misspoke. I'm trying to do 100 different things here at once. Yeah, he's not there. Reports are saying Nagy isn't going to be the Lions OC. That would be fantastic if that ended up being not fake news, but redirected. Redirect that man somewhere else. Otherwise, Swift, you got to worry about Swift. If Nagy's in Detroit, you got to worry about Swift. That won't be good. Okay, so Diggs paired with Cooper Kupp. Kamara with Swift. McCaffrey with Debo. Tyreek Hill, Chubb. Cook, Javonte Williams. Mixon, Barkley. Henry, Adams. Interesting. What's up, people? Tyrone must be new to the content here. Tyrone, let's talk about this. Damn. Cooper Kupp, Jamar going in the first round. Welcome to the fantasy football show, pal. I love when those always come rolling in. You know someone's brand new to the channel when they see that. I appreciate you being here. Buckle up, unpack, pitch your tent. You won't want to go anywhere else, bro. We do it different here. Smitty, we doing another one? Yeah, of course. Who you pairing with Jamar Chase there? Still moves. I feel like the timer's a little jacked up right now. Patrick Mahomes. Okay. So I'm up here. I got A.J. Brown. This is tough from a running back perspective. There are not a lot of running backs that I love right here. Let's try this out. Let's see how we can, what we can construct with this kind of look. Not even touch running back until round 3. Let's see what's what. Let's see how we can construct this team. This is why we draft. This is why we mock draft people, to try things out. If anybody thinks I'm going to do the same mock draft over and over, you're out of your minds. You know how boring that would get? Do you know how many times I walk out of a mock draft going, yep, not doing that? That's the point of mock drafting. We are staying away from Aaron Jones to a point, yes. What do I do here? So best wide receivers available. There are guys I like, but I don't think I'm going near them at this stage in the game. Some would say Akers, not me. I'm not an Akers guy. I think Kenneth Walker would be interesting here. This is the 3rd round. He is the top-ranked rookie running back. This is not crazy to start thinking Walker. In fact, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go Kenneth Walker here. I wouldn't mind this start, to be honest. Especially if this were Dynasty. It's not. This is redraft, but... So we'll go from left to right. Jose's team here. Taylor, Kelsey, Hopkins. I like it. That's a really good build, bro. In redraft, I like it a lot. Harris, A.J. Brown, Metcalf. I like that a lot too, Triple J. Jefferson, Allen, Walker. Again, this is redraft. I'd love this if it was Dynasty, but I don't think I would get Walker that late in a Dynasty startup, but you never know. Chase, Mahomes, Andrews, not bad. Not bad. There's no running back there at all, which might be a problem. It might not be. We'll find out. Danny's got Eckler, Lamb, and Mitchell. I contemplated Mitchell with that Kenneth Walker pick, but I really think Kenneth Walker could be really good. Cooper Kupp, Diggs, Akers. It's strong. It depends on Akers. Everything's gonna fall on Akers. So I like Spiller too, but it depends on landing spot for sure. Obviously, Kamara, Swift, Gibson. Going with the triple running backs. Webb loves the triple running backs. Absolutely loves them. McCaffrey, Debo, Deontay. Deontay's high, but if Aaron Rodgers is in Pittsburgh, that could prove to be quite crafty, pal. Could prove to be quite crafty, but it's a little high at this stage in the game, unfortunately. Isong, Hill, Chubb, Keenan Allen, not bad. Cook, Javonte, Monty. I don't like the triple running backs. Mixon, Barkley, Elliott. I really don't like those triple running backs, bro, but I love the McLaurin pick. I've got content on McLaurin dropping tonight, big dog, so you're going to want to watch that McLaurin content dropping tonight. I repeat, McLaurin content dropping tonight. Get ready for it. Buckle up. It's a doozy. Henry, Adams, J.K. Dobbins, Jacobs. I don't like these running back heavy teams just because running backs, I don't know. I just don't feel. And keep in mind, guys, we're going 5 rounds, even though this would be considered a 15-round mock. So don't think because somebody's like don't try and fill your quarterback position early if you don't draft a quarterback before round 5. Don't force it. We're going to anticipate you would take a quarterback. We're going to anticipate you would take a tight end. You don't have to force those positions. We go 5 rounds because the pre-ranked data is horrible. So by the time you get past round 5, it's hard to find the right guys in enough time anyway. And also we like to move through multiple mock drafts, and I think we do late deep ones that go into round 8, 9, 10, but it's much more, I think, beneficial to you guys to have 3 or 4 mocks instead of one big long mock that gets so boring and you just hear me ramble in round 15. That's the most boring content in the world. You stop in on replay value alone. You stop in and you view a video and you're like, round 15, round 10. Like, I know it's valuable content and I do them, but that's boring to me. Like after round 5, we're out. We peace out like AB. We go straight to the tunnel and we start another mock draft. I better start queuing some boys up because I don't have anybody queued, and again, this data is awful. So I'm gonna have to make sure I have some boys queued up. I'm almost on the clock here. I don't trust Godwin. I'm not even queuing Godwin with this pick. Godwin's coming off ACL surgery and moving teams. That's not a good look. So I'm going to take a hard pass on Godwin in 2022, given the likely cost of entry. Who knows who's throwing to Mike Evans? I'm worried about that pick. He seems like good value here. I'll queue him, but I'll be honest, I'm a little scared to take him. I'm a little scared to grab the man, considering. I like Breece Hall a lot here too. You guys know I love rookies. You know I love rookies. I'm so glad the rookies have been added. Thoughts on Waddle? I don't like Tua, but he could survive and do well. But depends on what goes on at the quarterback position for the Dolphins in 2022. I could get behind Waddle a lot more if he's got a Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson if he was able to play, and I don't know that he will be. But let's say his situation clears up or things get delayed and somehow, some way, they find a way to push things back and allow the man to play. Then Watson to Waddle, I would love it. Let's see if we can find a diamond in the rough running back somewhere. There's probably somebody like sleeping somewhere in this ranking list. It's really, really bad. Come on, be hiding. Somebody be hiding. This is kind of a zero running back approach. I kind of like it. I'm tempted to go Connor. Probably won't, but tempted. He scored a lot of touchdowns. Very valuable. I think that would be pretty good. That'd be a pretty good pick. I worry about who's throwing him the football, but that's a good wide receiver that late. I kind of like it. The team's interesting. I definitely went a route I normally don't go. I'm glad I tried it because I'm not turned off by it. I don't feel like it's the best mock draft I've ever done. Again, for all the keyboard warriors out there that are about to either on a replay of this, later on or right now, be like, why did you draft that? Of course I'm drafting all kinds of ways. You've got to test this stuff out. What good is mock drafting if you continue to draft the same player and use the same approach over and over and over? I go best player available. That opens a lot of doors to try out a lot of different strategies within the concept of best player available. Running back can live inside of best player available. Wide receiver can live inside the confines of best player available. BPA. Going wide receiver, quarterback like I did here can live inside the confines of going best player available. Best player available can lead down all amazing paths. You just got to trust it. You just got to roll with it. Does Denver resign Gordon? I think they do, unfortunately, for Javonte. I don't think it's that big of a problem, bro. You got to think about it logically. If you ran this organization last year, would you be running your gem into the ground? Would you be putting unnecessary tread on Javonte's tires? I think it was, in a sense, football smart to not utilize him the way that we wanted Javonte to be utilized. But you're walking into a new season. They're probably going to get a big-time quarterback under center, bro. You're looking at Denver being a very, very likely opportunity landing spot for either one of Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, or Tyler Huntley. And I think all those guys would be very, very nice fits for Denver. And Denver would be in a prime position to fight for a playoff spot. Therefore, they're going to utilize their weapon in Javonte. Look, we all witnessed Gordon get used in a way that made us frustrated, but it was because they had no shot at doing anything. Why put unnecessary tread on those tires? Dan says he likes the approach, talking about best player available. You helped me win one of my leagues when I came across your channel halfway in the season. Thank you, Dan. Now I'm here to stay. Keep it up. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Make sure you smash that like button. Says Navage. No, that wasn't Navage. That was Nevin. I thought that was Navage. Look at me. I can't even get Navage right when I get it right. What good am I? Fact, Walker was taken before Gibson. Okay, so that's a wrap. Let me go on Instagram real quick and let people know we're live on YouTube. Let me let people know we're live on YouTube mock drafting. Hold on a second. Copy link. What's going on, party people? Click the link right here. We're live on YouTube mock drafting. Click the link. Get in here. Okay, let me drop this link here. Mock drafting. Okay. Let me post that bad boy. Okay, we're going to do another one. I mean, a lot of good teams. I don't know if I'm going to break down. I already did a little bit of a breakdown. My team, speaking to my strategy, because I want you guys to know my thinking. Look, I took best player available, and might it not work out? It might not. I kind of like Waller over Evans, to be honest, if I reflect back. I feel like Waller is going to be a good value in the 5th or 6th round. I really do. I don't like taking tight ends early. That's a good spot to take a tight end, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with taking Waller in the mid to late 5th. U of A over ASU, not a chance, bro. Not even close. Number one, we have the most beautiful campus that you could find. Like, challenge me on that. Go walk around ASU's campus. Literally more than a mile in both directions of walking this. Like, you walk through, it's like a mile and a half by a mile and a half of campus. The most beautiful buildings you've ever seen. Weather's amazing most of the time. There's so much going around the ASU area. We're number one in innovation for multiple years in a row. ASU's got one of the best business schools in the country. I got my bachelor's from ASU. I got my master's from ASU. I got my master's in the School of Journalism, the Cronkite School of Journalism, one of the best journalism schools in the nation. And they have one of the best, if not the best, business school in the nation. So I'm sorry, but your U of A comment does no damage to me or my pride whatsoever. But I still appreciate you, bro fist. Let's go. Jefferson Allen. I love the Walker Breece Hall, because even though that may end up having one of those guys being really good and one of them not, I really think that between the two of them, one of them is going to be a top 10 to 12 running back. So this approach wouldn't be half bad. I like it. I kind of like it. It'd be definitely a dynasty approach for me. Definitely would love this in a dynasty. Yeah, I mean, this right here says it all. 49er says Scottsdale Tempe is way nicer than Tucson, like by 100,000%. If you've never been to Tempe, Arizona, in Scottsdale, then you don't know. Therapist, I don't know if you have access to sleeperu.com, but you're going to want to look at my Rachaad White write-up on sleeperu.com under the rookie profiles, because I have some amazing things to say about Rachaad White. So go check him out. And that's not coming from like an ASU homer perspective. Like, I separate myself from all that. I don't need to. I've been taking the one spot a little bit more than usual. I'm not trying to just grab the one spot so that you guys can't. I'm trying out different approaches from the one spot. And it's probably the most requested, draft slot that people want to see me draft from, because they want to know what I would do at that turn. Okay, let me drop the link. 5, 4, 3, 2. Here's the new link. Go get it. Jump in. Get some. Mock draft number 2 is commencing right now. WP Carey, that's right. Yeah, I graduated from WP Carey. There we go. We're full. JT. Just subscribed. Attaboy, Nicholas. Everybody give Nicholas a round of applause here. At the risk of waking up the whole household. Pal. Appreciate you. Anybody subscribes, let me know and I'll shout you out. I'll begging the Jets to draft him. To draft who? Don't worry, Nevin. We're going to do one more, okay? We're doing one more, pal. How many people we got in here? 45. Can we get everybody that's at least watching to just, even if you're on mobile, especially if you're on mobile, it's even easier. Close the live chat real quick. Just hit the X. Hit the thumb up button. Helps your boy Smitty. Helps me help you. Help me help you. And hit the thumb up and then hit live chat again and you're back. Like, it literally takes, 2.5 seconds. But punch that thumbs up button for your boy Smitty. At least give me the thumbs up with the 45 to 50 to 70 of you in here. Thank you, Nicholas. Nicholas, is this the first show you've ever caught? Have you caught in any of my other content, or are you just here with a live stream? Like, how did you find me, Nicholas, and how many shows have you caught? Is this the very first one? Very curious to know how you guys find me. If you just are on YouTube and you see that I'm live. Look at this. Look at Kyle grabbing Jamar Chase at number 2, putting his nads on the table there. Webb going Cup. I'm proud of you, Webb, not going running back. I am. Harris, Debo's taking Najee. That's a great find there at 1.4. Jefferson's fantastic value at 1.5. I'm a little gun shy on drafting Kamara and Cook this year. I'm going to be blunt. You're not going to like what I'm writing about Cook in the coming days. You're not going to like I told for Nicholas or anybody that hasn't been here before. You love the Quad Box Show, attaboy. For those of you that have not seen my content before or last year, warning shots were fired out surrounding Akers, surrounding Derrick Henry, surrounding a lot of guys that went down last year. Barkley. Dalvin Cook is going to fall into this bucket of 100% complete avoids. Get ready for it. The content's coming. Jefferson at 5, Kamara 6, Henry 7, Eckler 8. That's a good value there. Eckler's an injury risk, but that's a good value right there. Tyreek Hill 9, Ment at number 10. Who's Ment going to take? I'm watching on my computer and on my phone. Attaboy, Nevin. Nevin's dropping double views. Like a beast. Is this the last draft? Braden, what do I look like? A complete a-hole? Of course we're doing another draft. McCaffrey, we got a little delay here. McCaffrey, Samuel, Javonte, Mixon. You know my favorite is that Debo Javonte right now. I mean, I'm not saying it's the two best players you could possibly get, but it feels like such a fun, enjoyable watching experience to own this man, Debo Samuel, with Trey Lance throwing him the football and Javonte Williams getting to get a piece of Javonte, but not having to pay like 4 or 5 overall value. Because mark my words, you will 100% be paying top 3 to 7 value the moment Aaron Rodgers or big name quarterback lands in Denver. This 2.1 Javonte Williams act, it's only going to last so long. So start getting used to seeing him go higher and enjoy and clean up this Javonte 2.1 stuff. It's not going to happen for very long. I better start queuing some people or I'm going to be left wanting more time. I'm going to be in some big trouble. I better start queuing these people. Boy, what do I do here? What do I do here? this 1.1 isn't that kind sometimes. Like when you get back to this turn, it can get ugly. It can get real ugly real quick. Now I got a running back. I don't have to force anything. Like that's why I love best player available. I'm not like scared about. I'm just going about my business, man. Drafting the best picks I can every single time I'm on the clock. That is the way to do it. I don't like that Barkley pick, Debo. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't like it at all. What do I do here? This is going to get interesting right here at this turn. Depending on who goes right here. Mitchell. That's a good pick. It's a good pick. A little, he'd be better third drafted player, but you're right at that turn anyway. It's okay. I think with this pick, I'm worried about Chubb, but this is a far drop for Chubb. Like this is a far drop for Chubb. This is like this bakes in a lot of risk. Even if he missed 4 games, like he can earn. You got to think of it this way: when a guy's projected to miss time, and I know I got 33 seconds here, you have a lot of concern, right? If he misses 4 games, but you got to think about what player am I putting in his role for the 4 games he's out, and if I add that to Chubb's scoring for the games that he's in there, is he a top 6 running back? Probably. So I think I would probably roll with Chubb there faced in this, with this situation here. The best wide receiver on the board is either going to be, now you're going to hear me talk about McLaurin tonight in a video. I don't want to draft him here because I don't want people to start reaching for him, and I don't want to affect his ADP and make him a ridiculous, like, over drafted player. So I'm going to go ahead and go with my boy Josh Allen again. I don't like to draft the same players over and over, but I am in the same range of picks, so not surprising. That's a really good start. Taylor, Chubb, Josh Allen, I could live with that. And that's it. That's evidence, boys and girls. That's evidence that going best player available BPA can lead me down a running back path. It happens, especially if you got 1 or a 2 pick overall. You're taking a RB1. You're taking RB1 and you're taking RB2. So, for me, oftentimes I'm most likely to go running back from the 1 or the 2 pick overall, just plain and simple, because I'm going wide receiver at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, depending on who's available. So, what are your thoughts about Tennessee not wanting A-Rod? I don't know what's true right now, bro. And I don't think that's a spot for him anyway. Like I don't want him to go to Tennessee. I want him to go to Pittsburgh first, Denver second, Washington, or in Indianapolis potentially. But mostly I want either Najee or Javonte to get Aaron Rodgers. That is the most ideal from a fantasy perspective. We want running back success bred from an Aaron Rodgers transplant. And I know some will say, well, you got Henry, but if Henry's going to succeed, he's going to succeed no matter what. Like, they're just going to feed him the football. So I don't think Aaron Rodgers really helps Henry as much as he could help a Javonte or a Najee Harris. Granted, Henry could probably pull in more passes, but I don't know that he's just going to, at this stage in his career, turn into an Aaron Jones, whereas Najee could get Aaron Jones split production running and receiving. He could Javonte could get that split production. Like, these are guys that are built for it, capable of it, ready for it, to be Aaron Jones TD potential capable. Like 16, 17, 18 touchdowns could be in the cards for either Najee Harris or Javonte Williams if they land Aaron Rodgers on either of those rosters as the top dog quarterback. on the move in the NFC, heading over to the AFC. Dropped a sub off the computer. Thank you, Nevin. Appreciate you. Jake, they can't win with that. They never will. Who are you talking about? I would take Hopkins over Allen. I probably would too right now. I probably would too right now. I probably would. Let's look at these teams so far. So from the one spot, your man Smitty's got Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubby, Joshy Allen. I love that start. We'll see what I do at wide receiver. Kyle has Jamar Chase, Eli Mitchell, David Montgomery. Webb's got Kupp, Kelsey, Gibson. Interesting. Najee, Barkley, Andrews. I don't like the Barkley pick. You know that. You know that about me. Barkley's a big avoid for me. Triple wides. Let's see what Zeke does at running back. I don't mind this. That's a good looking trio there. We'll see what you do at running back. It can live and die by who falls to you. Kamara, Cook, and Keenan Allen. On paper that looks fantastic. Cook is going to be a huge avoid for me, but you got him in round 2. This coming off of me dogging Cook. Like, how did Dalvin Cook fall to 2.7 off of my rant on why to avoid Cook? No one drafts him until 2.7. Like, cuff him to Madison, you might be okay from that spot. I would take Cook at 2.7. That's insane. That's insane that just talking about it made him fall from like 1.6 to 2.7, like a full 12 spots. Like, that's safe again. Like, Cook falls to 2.7. That's not going to happen in the real world. Let's just say that. But if it did, I'll be back on the Cook train, because you can package in. Let's say he starts 12 games only and gets hurt and he's out for the year. Smitty's right. He got hurt. Oh my God. Like, you got Madison and Cook together at 2.7, and wherever you get Madison, let's say 9.4. So 2.7 and 9.4, you have a Cook and Madison combo. That's pretty darn good. That's insane. That's crazy. I didn't even notice that until right now. I literally was looking at it like Cook and Kamara, you out of your mind. Henry, now watch, Cook's going to go top 4 next mock draft. Henry, Lamb, McLaurin. Let's see what you do here. You're on the clock, Scott. Henry, Lamb, McLaurin. I mean, it's a really good 3. It just, Henry, my advice is to draft Henry for now, and that could change. I'm really worried about him. I got to rewatch a lot of his carries. I know he was coming back from injury, so it's going to be a lot of blind faith to assume he's going to be back to form. I don't care if he's in the weight room squatting big chains around his neck and bench pressing cars, whatever like that. His offseason workouts are impressive, but we literally are going to be blind for many, many months as to whether he is going to be back to form or not, because from what we saw in that one singular game in the playoffs, the number 1 seed Tennessee Titans got a bye, then they lose their first playoff game in the divisional round, and we saw Derrick Henry. We didn't see a good Derrick Henry. We didn't see a good, effective, elusive Derrick Henry. He looked slow. He looked very plotty. He plotted around, and my fear is that this man won't be the same. So we'll see if I like even 1.7 for Derrick Henry. I have a feeling I'm going to head in the negative direction versus the optimistic direction, just to let you all know up front. I'm feeling really pessimistic about Derrick Henry. And this goes back to last year. I said trade him by double-digit weeks if you had him, because he was going to go down. And people are going to say you can't predict injuries, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? You can. You can forecast a lot. You can at least play the odds game with some of these players, and he was definitely somebody that I worried a heck of a lot about. And so for just that reason alone, the mileage was adding up enough for me to think he was going to be a potential bust in 2021 from double-digit weeks on. He was injured. He did not return. He got hurt right at the double-digit week mark, right before, and I think that nothing's going to change. This guy, he's had mileage that is unspeakable. The mileage this man has had. Aaron Jones' ADP, Kyle, I don't know, bro. That is a very, very tough one. Very, very tough. I don't know what to think of that value, to be quite frank. This is interesting because I need a wide receiver, but I'm not liking the wide receivers here. You guys have definitely hogged up all the wide receivers. What do I do in this situation? Man, this is interesting. I'm deep diving here. I'm hoping this pre-rank list doesn't have... Oh, you know what? Boy. That would be a risky way to play the 0 wide receiver through 4 rounds approach, but you know what? This could be a very, very nice team. It's very, very running. It's very, very top heavy. You know, it's got the quarterback, it's got the running backs. It's got no wide receivers until St. Brown, but St. Brown's a fantastic sleeper breakout wide receiver. Like that could be a very sneaky approach, but it's very, very awkward. It's a very awkward team that I built right there. But I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. It feels very, very powerful. I didn't have to go the Walker approach. I could have went Waller. I was tempted to go Waller and Walker, or Waller and St. Brown. But I think Walker's going to be a really good running back if he lands in the perfect ideal spot. Now, location. It definitely depends. A lot will depend on Walker's location. So much of it will depend. Spiller could be a really good pick as well. Breece Hall could be phenomenal. Rachaad White's like my dark horse running back. He has to go to a good spot, and he might not. Like, that's why you got to pump the brakes on Rachaad White, but you got to keep an eye on him because he could be the dark horse top running back from this class if he lands in the right spot. Rachaad White is like a bigger version of Alvin Kamara. He runs a lot differently, but he's got the versatility, amazing wide receiver. He's got the potential ceiling value to be Kamara-like, but in a different body and frame. He's such a good elusive runner and pass catcher. He's phenomenal. When are we doing best ball drafts? Yes, Roger, go to smitty1.com. Let me drop the link right now for you. Roger, go there now. If you sign up and DM me on Instagram a screenshot that you made a minimum deposit, I'll give you a 10-minute phone call, bro. Talk about whatever you want. Fantasy, team related to one specific team, whatever you want, we'll break it down. Let me drop the link right here. Guys, click this link now. If you want to be involved in the best ball drafts that we're doing, click this link right now and sign up right now versus waiting, because once I drop the best ball drafts, there'll be private drafts that we're going to be doing. There'll be like $5 to get in, you win $60. And I know that doesn't sound like a huge prize, but when we do draft after draft after draft and you accumulate, you're going to want to spend in the $5 to $10 range on some of these drafts, because we're going to best ball draft like maniacs. And there'll be private drafts, meaning the link is going to be put in the chat like I am doing now, pinning it. And I'm going to pin it in the chat, and then the first 12 people in, get in. And it's going to be a real league. You're going to be playing in a real league with me. It'll be a best ball league. No lineups need to be set, no ad drops, nothing needs to be touched on the team for the rest of the year. Best ball drafts are so convenient, it's one and done. You draft and it's over. You reflect on it. You can wait till the end of the year to look at it if you want, or you can look at it weekly, see where you're ranking, see how you're doing, see what players you predicted to rise up, get into your lineup, because the most optimal lineup will be set for you by the software. So you're going to draft your team. You're going to draft your team the best ball, the best team that can be assembled, almost like in cards it uses the flop. You know, your hand can be used in the flop. It takes your best team and throws it out there. So Spiller is a running back 1 in this class. He could be, if the landing spot is in a good location, he's going to be good. So click that link. I pinned it in the chat. Please go there now. I'm going to replace that. No, I'm not going to replace that pin. I'm going to drop a link in a second to this mock draft. I'm going to leave that pin link up. If you've clicked the link and signed up, let me know in here. And let me know in here so I can thank you and shout you out. And then also make sure you send me a screenshot of your, like, you know, that you deposited it. And then I will give you a phone call. All right, let's go. I'm going to go from the 7 spot. And I'm going to drop it in here. What's up, Mark Cleveland? Mark Cleveland, I'm dropping this link right now. I'm patiently waiting to drop Mad Fire on Underdog with you, Smitty. Did you click the link already, Saul? There's the mock draft. Go. Mock time. And Kyle, sorry I haven't really answered this question fully. Aaron Jones, I mean, do I like him as a late running back one in a strategy where I don't touch running back for the first 3 picks? Yeah. So like 4th round, I could get behind Aaron Jones at 4th round value maybe, but will he fall that far? I don't think so. I'm worried about him, bro. If A-Rod's not in Green Bay and Love's under center and Dylan's already worrying Aaron Jones owners, you know what I mean? All right, here we go. We're rolling. Who's clicked on that pinned link and joined Underdog for the first time? Let me know in the chat. Call Saul plays weekly. Nice. Meat missile is on the clock. Second draft of the year, you didn't go over my team. Sorry, Llama. We're trying to roll, bro. We're trying to roll. We're trying to do it. We're trying to do it fast. Sorry, Mark. All right, who's clicked that link that I've got pinned and has joined Underdog and gotten ready, got signed in, dropped your minimum deposit so you're ready for best ball drafts? They're going to commence here. If not tomorrow, early in the week, and we'll probably do them multiple per week. Probably do them at night, I imagine. We'll try a couple day ones out, but I swear I was in, but not, Nevin. I know it's hard to get in, but at the same time, I see the same people do it. So how hard could it be if Kyle can get in all 3 of them? How hard could it be if Triple J gets in all 3 of them? You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering what are they doing that you're not? They're just fast, bro. It goes fast. There's not much I can do about that. Sometimes I'll drop the link in the Discord. Sometimes I'll drop it. Sometimes I'll try and plan, for a mock and then give away spots and give you guys the link. But at the same time, it's like we fill it up so quick. Like, it's easy for me to do this. So Chase went, Jefferson went. This pick is either going to be, for me, it's either going to be Eckler or Cup. I don't think there's another choice for me. So probably be Eckler. I mean, yeah, at this point. But this is like, I consider Tyreek here. I consider if Adams got Rodgers back or is following Rodgers, if he doesn't get tagged and he follows Rodgers, I could get behind Adams here if we know he's got Aaron Rodgers or a quarterback like that throwing to him. I'm going to go with Eckler here, see how I feel about the running back, wide receiver, or running back using the Eckler built approach here in this mock draft. So let's see what I can do. Sorry, Mark. Mark, you can just text me questions too. If you want to talk at all about fantasy, bro, let me know. Appreciate you, Mark. Literally hopped around to be around with late and still got in this draft, says Llama. Okay, so Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Alvin Kamara, Jamar Chase, Jefferson, Kupp, Eckler, Hill, Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, AJ is up, and then Scott. What you gonna do? Dalvin Cook. See, I knew he'd climb back up from that 2.7, but he's still falling far enough. Like, I could get behind a 12 overall or 11 overall if you 100% cuff Madison, but I feel like it's still risky because he's going to go down during a game. You're going to be, but maybe it's in the beginning of the game, maybe it's at the end of the game. but there's still a lot of like concern with the offseason problems. And it's not that Cook can't earn, like if you cuff him to Madison, it's not like he can't earn you like 11 or 10 overall value, okay? So I'm gonna clarify that in my video. I'm not saying he can't earn this value. He most certainly could, and he still has a potential to completely overperform from like a 10 overall pick. The question you got to ask yourself, and this is what I'm going to talk about in the video, is that the why not to draft Cook video. Essentially in a nutshell, it's more about you can still get Madison late and still get a safer player than Cook. It all comes down to at what point do you draw your line in the sand and does like an Adams or a Debo or someone like that. At what point does that player not look better than Cook straight up? And if that player like Debo looks better than Cook straight up, or Tyreek Hill or whoever, especially Chase and Jefferson and Kupp, then you're at a point where it's like, okay, I can have the best of both worlds. I can take Madison later, I can take Tyreek Hill, and I can avoid the Cook situation, and I still might get those Alexander Madison, points. So that's kind of where it's at. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you can cuff them, and to an extent that's true, and to an extent that will help protect you, and to an extent it makes it a not so horrible pick for sure. But I just feel like it's when it feels inevitable that a player is going to go down, you start to worry differently and say, well, it's not just about can you protect them, it's can you draft a safer player? Because if you can draft a safer player, then it becomes a whole different, ball game. Oh boy. I think at this point I'm going AJ Brown. I have some worries about AJ. I do have some worries about AJ, but I think ultimately he feels safe here. I think ultimately you play the same kind of game where it's like AJ Brown plus the player that you play in his stead if he does miss time. Combine those two point totals together, and does it equal a top 5, 6, 7 wide receiver? And I think it probably will. I mean, he's so good when he's on the field. It just his knees and injury concerns do worry me, but I don't think they worry me enough yet to be like, hey, I don't see the value in him being a mid-second round pick, especially paired to a Eckler. Like that's a good duo right there. Adams and Diggs at the 1.12 and 2.1. Cook and Mixon at the 1.11 draft slot. McCaffrey and Swift getting taken at the 1.10 draft slots. Derrick Henry and Debo. Tyreek Hill and Javante's very good. I love that Triple J from the 1.8. I like that you're not forcing... Triple J, did you go running back a lot before, or am I mixing you up with someone else on that? I like the diversity there. I like the best player available approach there. Kupp and Lamb is good. Jefferson and Metcalf is very solid. Metcalf's got something to prove. I don't hate Metcalf there. I think it's a little early, but I don't hate it there. I probably wouldn't take him that high, but he definitely could earn that. I don't want anybody thinking Metcalf can't be that good. He could. Hopkins and Kamara. Barkley and Harris. Again, I'm not drafting Barkley this year. At some point, there's a line that could get crossed where I'd take him, but I don't know. We're probably not doing another full one, Nevin, on here, but I will start one and join it with you, and then we'll end the live stream, and then I will continue to draft while I do some editing. I got a McLaurin video that I got to get up tonight, so I want to make sure I get that out there by like a 1 a.m. Eastern. So I will create one. We'll all jump in, and while the first round is going on, I'll say my goodbyes, and we'll peace out. We'll deuce like AB, get out of here, and get ready for the potential... I don't know. You guys want to do a live premiere on this McLaurin video? Are you guys going to be up for it? If you're up for it, we'll do a live premiere. I'll be live in the chat. What a live premiere means is it's kind of like a live stream, but it's a post-production live stream, meaning I'm not live on camera, but the video is being released in real time. You can't fast forward it. You can only watch it live, and then once it ends, it becomes available for replays, of course. But I'm in the chat live, so you guys can talk to me throughout the, we chat during the entire video playing. If you guys are up for that, I'll try and drop that by hopefully 1 a.m. Eastern. It might be 1 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Does Dallas re-sign him? Does Dallas re-sign who? Okay, I need to start queuing some people. Okay, Nevin will be around. Good. Good. Let's see what wideouts are available. God, I got thin quick. It got thin pretty quick. What I love about this draft slot is that, I mean, at this point, like, tell me I'm wrong. When I make my draft selection, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. There's some players I kind of like. But I'm taking the best, biggest guns on the field. I'm going best player available. I'm doing it. This is, I hope Iglesias grabs who I would grab, because I think if you do, you're going to have a sick squad. You're going to time out, aren't you? Waller. So I'm going to take Josh Allen. I literally took the 3 best players on the board at the time, not counting position into the equation at all, and so did Triple J, and my team looks balanced as all heck. Look at that squad. Eckler, AJ Brown, Josh Allen. That is balance. That is best player available. It does not always lead you down a path of no return or a path of imbalance. It can lead you down a balanced path. That is a very strong squad. When I look at that squad, I say to myself, I didn't make a mistake. Far too often we draft a position like a running back when you don't want to go running back, but you're scared. And you take a running back and you literally hate your team. You literally hate your team. You're sitting there regretting your pick. You just made the pick. How many times have you made a pick? Raise your hand, and we've all done it. I've done it. Almost every year, I do so many drafts. There's a time, at least once every 5 or 6 drafts that I do, where there's at least one pick where I'm like, I wish I didn't make that pick. And it's literally 4 picks ago. Like, I'm watching everybody draft guys, and somebody takes a guy I was about to take, and I didn't take him, and I took a position. We all do it. I just do it far less than I think most people, because I stick to best player available about 99% of the time. But everybody's a human being. Everybody has bias interject into the situation. Everybody gets scared for a moment that they're going to run out of running backs. But how many times, raise your hand in the chat, put a thumbs up, put a whatever, have you said, why did I do that? Right after you made the pick. When you go best player available, you typically look at your team and you go, yeah, 1.7 Eckler, yeah. 2.6 AJ Brown, yeah. 3.7 Josh Allen, hell yeah. Like back to back solid beefy picks that don't worry me at all. I'm not doubting the player. I'm not scared for the player. I'm feeling darn good about these picks right here. I'm feeling real good about the thickness of this squad. They're beefy. They're beefy individuals. These guys are dropping it like it's hot every single Sunday. They're leaving nothing on the field. These are massive players dropping loads all over the field every single Sunday, doing their thing. Eckler, AJ Brown, Josh Allen, give it to me all day long. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Killing it. 3.7 Josh Allen. Laughing emojis from Kyle. Kyle, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if those are laughing emojis for the good or for the bad, because people clown on early quarterback drafting all the time. So I don't know if that's a laughing, like, how did Josh Allen fall? Or how did you take a quarterback so early, Smitty? Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know which approach you're taking to this. So you have to clarify. People get all over the place on this. AJ too injury prone. It's something I worry about, bro. Sorry, Smitty, I was trying to buy the thing you linked to, but I'll be able to get next month. I need the link next month. Well, maybe sign up. Can you click the link and just sign in, or make sure you got your username and just get it all ready? Mahomes 3.8 even funnier. Again, is that because you like these picks right here? Mahomes at 3.8 even funnier. Josh Allen 3.7. I'm just curious, Kyle. I'm curious if you think it's too early. I have a feeling you love it, but I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know what you're... Smitty, I forgot to tell you, this year I started off with Adams, Diggs, and A.J. Brown while sticking to best player available, and I ended up trading Najee for A.J. Brown and someone else, and I won the league. Attaboy, Nevin. No, they're too early. Really, Kyle? Kyle. Like, I get it if it's not your style, Kyle. Like, I get it. He's talking about this Josh Allen at 3.7 and Mahomes at 3.8. I get it if it's not your style. Like, if Kyle's like, hey, I don't like taking quarterbacks that high, personally. But, like, laughing emojis, Kyle, over you think 3.7 is too high and 3.8 for Mahomes? Like, laughing emojis, bro? Like, seriously? That's where their ADPs probably are even higher than that, bro. Get ready for their ADPs to be much more near the front end of 3. I love. No offense, Kyle. I love when people bash on early quarterback drafting. We call it middle round quarterback drafting because it really strings from like round 3, like 3.5 to like 6.1 or something that people will consider those reaches. Isn't to say I don't love Trey Lance later. Isn't to say I don't love Herbert or Burrow later. There are 100 ways to win, but when you get a signal caller that can toss literally 45 touchdown passes, which these guys are fully capable of doing, it's league winner material. League winner material, my friend. I'm probably gonna stick to this course that I've been on. Like I've done the most drafted player by me tonight has definitely been Kenneth Walker. I love the value I've gotten on Kenneth Walker time and time again in these mock drafts. I just can't pass on it. As much as I want to draft different teams, there has been a reoccurring theme in these mock drafts for me, and that has been the man named Kenneth Walker, who I think him, Spiller, Breece Hall, any one of the 3 could be the top running back from the draft class. I understand that. I talk about it all the time. But if predicting right now, I think Kenneth Walker will be the top guy. I'm taking Herbert or Burrow. I like both of them, bro. I love both of them. But that's it. I mean, these are some good squads. I mean, look at the 1.12. You got Adams, you got Diggs, Kittle, Akers. It's solid. AJ's got Cook, Mixon, Andrews, Higgins, McCaffrey, Swift, DJ Moore, Evans. I'm not a big fan of DJ Moore in the 3rd round. Henry, Samuel, Deontay, JK. Be careful of JK. I don't know that I love JK Dobbins this year, coming off that ACL. Like, you're talking about, not only is he going to have to fend for a starting job in general anyway, but it's going to take him some time, man. And he felt injury prone anyway. Do I have Kenneth Walker as a top 20 back? Absolutely. Easily. I have him 2nd round capable, but of course I'm not telling anybody to draft this man in the 2nd round. You guys got to understand that when I talk about a player's upside, you don't go drafting. You have to use in coordination with my rankings and predictions ADP. You have to coordinate between the two. Drafting an elite fantasy football team is hard work. It's not something you could just follow on a sheet. Like, some people are like, can you just give me why do your rankings not match up with ADP, Smitty? You have this guy way too high. What if I drafted him there? Well, drafting a great team takes work, Bob. You have to use 2 different things when you're incorporating it. Now, the ADP that you incorporate with my rankings could be, or your rankings, or however you do your drafting, could be the league management software like we're drafting on now. The ADP is pretty much, at least in August, it will be accurate, built in. The ADP is built into the pre-rank. So you have ADP staring at you in the face. You have to use rankings and predictions in conjunction with it, parallel. Because if I'm telling people that Kenneth Walker is top 20 overall capable, like, and this is before landing spots, things could change. It could be Breece Hall. It could be my number 1. I could easily walk out of the draft going, it's Breece Hall number 1 or it's Rachaad White number 1. Like, that could change. But if you don't use ADP to get away with as much as you can get away with coming out of your draft at every single draft slot, you are not using ADP or my rankings properly. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you, pal. I'll be of 8. Okay, I got you, Llama. Appreciate you. I appreciate you, Llama. So my team's looking pretty good here. I got Walker and Eckler at running back. I got A.J. Brown and Josh Allen. I mean, that's really, really solid. Wide receivers, Mike Thomas is there. Seems early. Ridley, I don't trust Ridley. There's one guy I do like a lot that I'm not going to mention yet because I don't want him to get taken. But, okay, so this is tough. This is tough. There are 2 players I don't mind telling you because this is the last pick for me, so you guys can take either one of these guys right after. I don't mind sharing it. I'm struggling between Odell Beckham Jr. here and Kyle Pitts, probably. Mike Thomas is a little too early, but tempting, like maybe at the next draft slot, I would look at Mike Thomas potentially. Potentially. In 1 league, maybe 2. From this spot, Odell's a safe wide receiver, 2. I think that's pretty darn good. I think Kyle Pitts could be a huge difference maker. I'm going to go Pitts here just because I was running out of time, and I feel like he could be just such a positional advantage in only having to spend almost what's almost considered, in my mind at least, I'm stretching it to make myself feel better, but almost a 6th-round pick, essentially. Like, he's at least middle or a little bit past middle of the pack in the round 5. That's a good investment for Pitts. It's a little costly. I wanted him more in round 6, but to prove a point, there we go. In rookie drafts, you take Walker as the first running back for right now. Webb for White for White now. Rachaad White. Rachaad White's on my mind. For Rachaad White now. Rachaad White could be the top running back. I'm just telling you. For right now, Webb. For right now, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Spiller, or Rachaad White. Rachaad White, Spiller. But landing spot could really determine a lot. Pro days and combine times and how NFL teams, because situations, everything. Like, look, I just watched American Underdog tonight, the Kurt Warner story. And if you guys are too young to have experienced Kurt Warner, you really missed out on the best sports story in sports history. There is no greater underdog story. That's why they named it American Underdog, than Kurt Warner's story. Kurt Warner was bagging groceries because he didn't make it in the NFL. He wasn't drafted. He was like on the Packers for 1 day pretty much. After the draft, they brought him in and then they released him. Guy went and bagged groceries and it was like 26, 27 years old or whatever it was when he finally got the call from the NFL after blowing up the Arena League. And Kurt Warner is like, just, but situation, if he didn't get into a position to back up Trent Green before Trent Green went down to have the weapons he had, situation, we would have never saw Kurt Warner rise up. That story would have never happened. So situation is everything. And so while some guys can rise, talent can rise to the top no matter what, it's true. I feel that can happen. You still need, and I know I bought it right now on iTunes. It was great. It's worth every penny. It's amazing. Probably my favorite sports movie right now. Rudy was good and Hoosiers and all that, but this is probably my favorite sports movie right now. Partially because Kurt Warner is my favorite player ever. Kurt Warner is my absolute favorite player of all time in any sport, but especially the NFL. Kurt Warner is the most amazing story you will. If you don't know that story, it's amazing. This guy became one of the best players in NFL history. One of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. You could use accolades to separate some people from him, but you could literally, if you wanted to argue, this is the best. This is one of the top 3 quarterbacks to ever ever play in the NFL. And he started so late and did so much. Imagine if he was in the league at 22 years old. Trey Lance is 21. Imagine if Kurt Warner had 5-6 more years in the NFL. Lamb over Hopkins? Sure, why not, Ezekiel? You could go either way. All right, I'm going to start one more mock draft. I'll drop the link in the chat, and then I'm probably going to bail and say goodbye to you right now. I'm going to claim this 12 spot so I can do things while I work. I'm going to drop let me drop the link right now in the chat. I'm going to try and get this premiere ready. Are you guys ready for a premiere tonight? Link dropped in the chat. Please click that link that's pinned, though, to try and make sure you sign up for Underdog Fantasy and get ready for the best ball drafts that we're doing. So here's this right here. Jump in. We're going to start the draft. I'll say my goodbyes as we begin it and work our way out of this first round, and then I'll continue to draft with you guys. But appreciate you all being here. Please, please, please click that link that I have pinned and join Underdog Fantasy. Drop a minimum of, I think it's $10 or $15. $10, $15 deposit. It's a minimum that they have. Drop that minimum deposit. Be ready for the best ball drafts this coming week. Maybe tomorrow, but definitely this coming week. Grab these spots, guys. We got 3 left. I'm still drafting in this. I'm just going to end the live, and we're going to continue to draft. So 2 spots left. Go ahead and grab it, 49er. It's fine. Get on over to sleeperu.com and get your lifetime memberships, which if you buy the top level lifetime membership, you get 2 years of text device from your man Smitty if you buy that membership. Where's Mark? Mark, we got an open spot here, pal. Where's Mark? Mark Cleveland, get in. Later call, Saul. Appreciate you, pal. Okay. Starting the draft here as soon as this spot 7 gets claimed. This is the longest we've ever had a mock draft. Is this because I said I wouldn't show the whole thing live? Or is my screen not refreshing? It's been a little laggy. There we go. Okay, starting the draft. At the 12 spot, what do? Appreciate every one of you being in here. You guys rock. Subscribe if you're new, hit the thumbs up, and most importantly, ask me a question down in the comments, because this video, once I hit end, will start off with 0 comments, and for the next 12 to 24 hours, my most recent video, which is this one right now, I will respond to every single question I can for the next 12 to 24 hours. Don't forget to subscribe to my clip channel, which I'm going to put in the description of this. Actually, real quickly, if you guys don't mind doing it right now, who here has not subscribed to my clips channel? It's my new Dynasty channel. It's all Dynasty clips. It's all short form, about one player at a time, and it's absolutely going to be a game changer for everybody. I'm going to pin that one real quick. If you guys could real quickly subscribe to that, I'll pull up and I'll be able to see everybody that's subscribing. It's brand new. It's like literally like 10 days, 10, 11, 12 days old or something. And it's going to be Dynasty clips only. Clips meaning very short form content for the most part. I'll do live streams on there too. We'll do some Dynasty mock drafts. We'll do Dynasty. It'll be geared toward Dynasty. There is some redraft stuff on there right now, but we've been slowly molding the channel to Dynasty clips. And clips meaning, thank you iSong for subscribing. I saw that. Clips meaning like I'm going to take some content from the long form live streams on the YouTube channel, the main channel, this channel, the Fantasy Football Show channel, and I'm going to take those clips and we're going to cut them up. And then I'm going to wrap original content around it and talk about it from a hardcore Dynasty perspective. You guys know that I hit Dynasty and redraft and everything I do here on the Fantasy Football Show. But I'm going to double down on Dynasty, and especially around stuff I might already have talked about on the YouTube channel. Bring the clip over and wrap it with front end original content and back end original content. Like, hey, I'm going to talk about, Rachaad White. And I talked about him on this clip, but let me tell you some more. Let me play the clip first. And then now let me, after the clip plays, tell you a whole bunch more about him. You know what I mean? So it's going to be amazing original content. You're going to want to get your hands on that stuff. What do I do here? I'll let you guys see my picks here. Now, Cook's not horrible here. He's not horrible here. I'm going to go with, I think Debo's still available. So I'm going to go Debo, I mean, Cook wouldn't be awful here, but I'm going to go Debo and Adams. Go wide receiver, wide receiver. This will be interesting to see how I do and what I create with this. Appreciate everybody that subscribed. That link I just pinned, please subscribe to that YouTube channel right now before I hit end and be a part of the Dynasty clip channel that I've created on YouTube. It'll be a family of my YouTube channels. Eventually, I probably will have like a blog channel or something else, you know, so you can always find all my channels that I'm involved in at the bottom of any one of my YouTube channels. So if you go to the bottom of the Fantasy Football Show channel, you'll see every subscription channel or every YouTube channel that I'm a part of at the bottom. You know, I have the Quad Box Show as well. I have this clips channel, and I'll probably eventually have some kind of blog channel or some, you know, something like that. Appreciate everybody here. Peace out. Javonte, you know, maybe I should have took Javonte and Debo. Darn it. I was going too quick. All right, leave a comment.